Yeah, show your talent, your talent. Make anybody know it's your time, your time, time. Especially when you get the content, your content.
In recent years, this paradisic imagery of our beautiful state has slowly been replaced with blood and blood and blood. In 2018, I told my best friend at the time that I'll be starting a new life in Plateau State, the home of peace and tourism. Kweku Shaw looked at me the same way a tornado looks at a wooden built house. I believe she imagined that Plateau State was the kind of place where fist fights are regularly replaced with daggers and machetes. And when you hear the word Anfara, you don't just stand there, you run. You run for your dear life, because that day your heart will play hopscotch inside of your chest. On that day your legs will be replaced with Usain Bolt. On that day your lungs will become newlyweds in the backseat of a car that just lost its brakes, because the truth is the biggest fear of everybody living right here in Plateau State is the day they hear the words Anfara, God forbid, they'll be at the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong religion, because those 3 strikes leads you down to your very own special 6 feet. Today, I will tell you everything. I will tell you everything and more about my good friend, Adeola Akintola. Adeola was a dancer. Adeola loved food, all kinds of food, gote, masa, and all the cornucopia of Plateau's delights. Adeola was a fresher in the University of Jos. During the crisis last year, Adeola told his friend Isaiah, Omo Yami, when class continue to attend, I have a class to attend today. Before stepping out the front, Isaiah begged him, Omo Yami, join to a long man lost school, don't go to school today. Adeola said, I'll go. Isaiah said, don't go, I'll go. Don't go, I'll go, don't go, I'll go, don't go, I'll go. Until the don't goes and I'll goes became a ping pong of unending replies. And Adeola did not listen to Isaiah that day. Adeola went to school that day. Adeola never came back home that day, because Adeola was stabbed and slit to death in Terminus that day. Adeola's body became Humpty Dumpty that could never be put together again, and Adeola was buried in that way. I know all of this because my full name is Sosy Isaiah Imafidon. I was Adeola's good friend, and I lost a lot of Adeolas during the crisis last year, and I couldn't help but wonder if I wasn't seeing mirror images of myself being stabbed and slit for believing in my own God and not believing in your own God. Like, how many more of us have to die before we all get it? Muslims or Christians, we are all the same. We are all humans from one single tribe. How many more of us have to be caught, slit, heavily punched, heavily butchered to death before we realize that this unending tournament of religion has no winners, no runner-ups, only piles of dead bodies that stay dead in cemeteries as trophies, and some don't even get to be buried. I saw the future. I did. It is so better than the now. The future is a well-prepared awara with those spicy veggies in it. The future is you right there taking an ice-chilled bottle of Fura de Nuno in the hottest part of the day. The future is the Plateau State we once lived in, once thrived in, but better. The future is the Plateau State we found in our dreams when we were busy dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. I swear I saw the future. I did. And in it, we was alive and free of fear.